Thank you all for tuning into Big Mama Story Time. Story Time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment to my page. Here we go. Hi guys, thank you all for tuning into Big Mama Story Time on today. Today I will be reading to you all a classic stories, Rumplestiltskin. It is a Brothers Grimm book. This is a request book. I was requested for this book and I finally found it, y'all. It is hard to find a Rumplestiltskin. I didn't even notice that it was that hard till I actually had to go out and try to find one. But I found it and I'm so happy. So let's get into it. And it looks like it's gonna be a good one. Of course, y'all know I said I do not read the books before I start reading it to you all. So we go in together. All right, let's get into this. In a faraway kingdom, there once lived an old miller who had a pretty young daughter. One day, the miller was delivering flour to the palace kitchens when the king strolled by. The miller wanted the king to notice him, so he quickly made up a story and said, "I have a beautiful daughter who can spin straw into gold." What the mess? Not only is she beautiful, y'all, but she can spin straw into gold. The king raised a doubting brow. "Really?" he said in a royal voice. "Bring your daughter to the palace, then we shall see." The next morning, when the miller arrived at the royal palace with his daughter, the king ordered the guards to take the miller straight to the dungeon. For lying. It's not good to lie, guys. Tell the truth. The king led the miller's daughter away and locked her in a room filled with yellow straw. In the middle of the room sat a wooden spinning wheel. "Spin this straw into gold by morning," said the king, "or you will stay locked in this room forever, and your father will never leave the dungeon." The moment the king locked the door, the miller's daughter burst into tears. She had no idea how to spin straw into gold. Look what her daddy got her into, guys. All for lying. Suddenly, a crooked little man magically appeared. "Why are you crying?" asked the little man. "I have been ordered to spin this straw into gold by morning," sobbed the girl, "and I don't know how." Let's see. Said the curious man as he twisted his long red beard. "I can spin this straw into gold if you like," he said. "You can?" cried the girl. "Yes, but what will you give me in return?" asked the little man. "I can give you my mother's necklace," said the girl. "Here, take it." The crooked little man snatched the necklace from the miller's daughter and sat down at the spinning wheel. As the wheel turned slowly and made soft rolling sound, the girl soon fell asleep. The next morning when she woke, the sun was shining through the window. The strange little man had gone, but next to the spinning wheel was a huge pile of golden thread. When the king unlocked the door, he was amazed to find a pile of glittering gold where the straw had been. But the king was a greedy man. He immediately took the girl to a bigger room filled with even more straw. "Spin this straw into gold," the king commanded, locking the door behind him, "or you will never see your father again." At the sight of all that straw, the poor girl fell to her knees in tears. She was sobbing so loud she didn't hear the crooked little man magically appear again. "What will you give me if I spin this straw into gold?" asked the little man. The girl jumped with surprise. "Oh, it's you," she smiled. "All I have left is my mother's ring." "I'll take it," he replied. He taking all what she got. The curious little man grinned with glee as he slipped the ring onto his long, bony finger. Then he sat down at the spinning wheel. The wheel hummed, and the miller's daughter was soon fast asleep. When she woke, it was morning, and once again, the room was filled with golden thread. Gold covered the bed, and gold covered the table. Gold was everywhere. That's a lot of gold money. The king was overjoyed, but his eyes shone greedier than ever as he led the girl to the largest room in the palace. It was filled from floor to ceiling with yellow straw. "If you spin this straw into gold," said the king, "I will free you, your father, and crown you as my queen." To be honest, guys, I wouldn't even want him as a queen. I wouldn't even want him as my king. I'd be like, just let me and my daddy go. Alone in the room, the girl once again hung her head in despair. She had never seen so much straw in her life. Suddenly, a voice made her jump. "What will you give me if I spin this straw into gold?" asked the little man. The girl looked up. "I have nothing left to give," she sobbed. Let me see." The goblin's eyes twinkled. "I know," he said. "If I spin the straw and you marry the king, will you give me your firstborn child?" The girl said yes straight away, hoping that once she became queen, she would never see the little man again. Oh, that girl is crazy. Of course, if he magically appeared in the dungeon, y'all, what make her think he won't magically appear somewhere in her life? But come on, let's go. The next morning, the room was filled with a pyramid of glittering golden thread. The king was delighted. Immediately, he set the miller free and made plans to marry the miller's daughter. Later that year, the new queen had a beautiful baby boy. She had forgotten all about her promise to the crooked little man. So she was shocked when he suddenly appeared in the palace nursery. How you gonna be shocked? He appeared in the dungeon. "What do you want?" demanded the queen. The baby, he hissed. "I have come to take what you promised me." The queen hugged her baby close. "I am rich. I will give you all the gold you can carry," she said. "But please don't take my baby." Why would he want gold? He can make it with the straw, guys. That's crazy. "No," said the goblin angrily. "I want what you promised me. Your firstborn child, remember?" The queen wanted to scream, but her voice was frozen with fear. The little man had an idea. Let me see," he said. "I will give you 3 days. If you can guess my name by the end of the 3rd day, you can keep your precious little prince." The queen agreed, and the goblin disappeared. The echo of his laughter filled the nursery. Girl, you was asleep all that time. You ain't catching no name. Ooh, hopefully you find it. The queen stayed awake all night making a list of all the names she could think of. The list grew and grew, but when the little man came back the next day, he shook his head. His name was not among them. On the 2nd day, the queen sent out a servant to collect the most unusual names in the kingdom. When the crooked little man came again, the queen asked, "Is it Spindleshanks, Huckleberry, Spiderwick?" Her list was even longer than before, but the goblin shook his head and laughed. The queen was desperate. She couldn't face the 3rd day. As twilight fell, she went in the forest hoping to find a secret place to hide her child. Unexpectedly, the queen discovered a tiny cottage. A fire burned outside, and the strange little man was dancing around the flames, singing. From her hiding place, the queen watched the crooked little man dancing and singing. She listened carefully to his song. They are big and I am small, yet I am smarter than them all. She made a deal, she crossed the line. Her little prince will soon be mine. And she will never win this game, for Rumplestiltskin is my name. Rumplestiltskin, she whispered. A huge smile spread across her face as she hurried back to the palace with her secret. Uh-oh, she got it. Now she get to keep her baby. The queen waited in the nursery for the morning sun to rise. Finally, the wicked goblin appeared. Well, my queen, asked the little man, this is your last chance. What is my name? Let me see, said the queen. It's not Harry or Henry, is it? And it's not John or Jimmy. The goblin jumped up and down, shaking his head. And it's not Casper, Melchior, or Balthazar. No, said the goblin with glee. Then it must be Rumplestiltskin, smiled the queen triumphantly. No! Screamed Rumplestiltskin. You must have cheated! Cheat! The angry little man stomped his feet and tore his beard and hair. He was so furious that he burst into golden flames, and he was never, ever seen again. Oh man, that's it? All right, guys. That is the end of Rumplestiltskin. I know she was happy she got that name before he took her baby on that third try. All right, guys. That lets you all know, don't bargain for nothing you do not have, okay? Or you cannot afford to bargain with. Okay, guys? All right, guys. Thank you all for tuning in to Big Mama Storytime. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my page if you guys have not done so already. But even though I do want to say thank you guys for all your support. I really appreciate it. And the person who asked for me to read this book, I hope you enjoy it, and I also hope everyone else enjoyed it who listened to it. And if you want me to read another book, just throw me out a name out there, and I do look at my comments. So guys, if you can't throw it on this video or any other video, you can find one that you can to throw it on, or message me and I will try to get that book for you guys. But again, thank you guys so much for y'all support. Thank you guys. Bye.